Lord of Banfu stepped on the black sea water, his hands holding a green spear that was 10 times longer than his body. The tip of the spear had faint bloodstains, and it exuded an ancient aura and a bloody aura. Luofong, even if you're the Universe Lord, today will be the day you fall. The Banfu Lord let out a low roar. His 4 claws stepped on the water and whistled as he rushed towards Luofong. The long spear in his hand pointed at Luofong. It seemed like a normal charge, but the entire space seemed to tremble. This was a technique infused with space and time. Haha, come. Luofong too flapped his wings and his body became a blur. The space and time around him became chaotic as he became a beam of light and rushed over. However, with the Fushan Ocean Domain suppression, Luofeng's speed wasn't too fast. Hula. Banfu Lord wielded the spear with both hands, and it seemed like a normal stab. If a spectator was watching, they wouldn't be able to tell how powerful this stab was. Only Luofong, who was the target of the spear, felt, as though the entire universe was pierced through by that spear. Its power was unbelievable. The Primal Planet's incomparably congealed space had a visible linear crack. A golden light flashed. It was sharp and cold. Dang. The blood shadow blade immediately clashed with the tip of the spear. The two's energies immediately clashed. Without a sound or presence, the surrounding 100 kilometers of black ocean water was immediately pushed away. The surrounding wasteland too immediately vanished. It was silent. What followed was a violent rumbling sound. Like a small car being rammed by a large truck, Luofong was sent flying. And Banfu Lord's 4 hooves retreated a few steps before stopping. Universe Lord's ultimate technique. Banfu Lord looked at Luofong. You can create the Universe Lord's ultimate technique, yet why is your god body's genetic level still only 100 times? With the time to create the technique, the human race should have helped you raise your genetic level. Why ask so many questions? Luofong stopped in midair. He knew what Lord of Banfu meant. Normal life forms such as humans, demons, insectoids, space behemoths, Masha race, and other life forms that could reproduce for generations could only increase their genetic level by 100 times even if they used various methods. This was the limit. Many Universe Overlords had reached this stage. As for the Lords of the Universe, they were existences that transcended spacetime. They were the masters of spacetime. They were known as the masters of the universe. For Sector Lords, Undying, and Universe Supremacies, 100 times was the limit. But for the Lords of the Universe, as existences that transcended spacetime, they could exceed the limit of 100 times. They could use all sorts of methods to increase their gene levels. As their gene levels increased, their divine bodies would gradually become stronger. Even their bodies could gradually become larger. The shackles of body size and the level of one's genes disappeared when they became the Lord of the Universe. They could get close to the legendary perfect gene level, 10,081 times. However, it was very difficult. Ordinary Lords of the Universe could only allow themselves to reach around 1,000 times. It was very difficult to reach 2,000 to 3,000 times, and it was even more difficult to reach 5,000 times and above. As for the legendary perfect gene, that was just a legend. If you are the Lord of the Universe and have the time to create secret arts, you should first improve your divine body. Lord of Banfu sneered. Or perhaps you're a universe venerable whose genetic level is 10,000 times higher, and you've been bestowed with a heaven-defying innate secret art, the one you used just now? Whether or not I'm the Lord of the Universe, you'll know soon enough. Luofong wielded the blood shadow blade and rushed forward again. Come. It doesn't matter if you're a heaven-defying Lord of the Universe, or a young Lord of the Universe. Even though I'm an illusionary school, I can still kill you. Lord of Banfu's 4 hooves stepped on the ocean water. The space trembled as he rushed towards Luofong. Rumble. The two were like mad demons. Lord of Banfu would occasionally use soul attacks to affect Luofong at crucial moments, and occasionally use illusions to affect Luofong. Plus his divine body's genetic level was close to 2,000 times, and his god energy purity was 20 times higher than Luofeng's, along with his illusions and other techniques, and most importantly, the floating mountain sea domain suppressed Luofong. This put Luofong at a complete disadvantage. Peng? Luofong was tossed and turned in the ocean water. However, he quickly rushed forward again. The two used all their strength and techniques, killing each other. Lord of Banfu relied on the floating mountain sea domain to help him, along with his illusions and other techniques, especially with his god energy purity 20 times higher than Luofeng's. He naturally had the upper hand. However, Luofong had the pinnacle treasures, the calamity armor, which reduced all attacks to 1/100,000% Also, Lord of Banfu's body was only 100 kilometers long, Luofeng's body was actually 90,000 kilometers long. The battle consumed very little energy. Universe Lord level battles were like this. Because their bodies were huge, their defenses were strong, and the difference in strength was usually only 1 or 2 levels, it was very hard to kill the opponent. Hence, it was very hard for a Universe Lord to fall. Unless it was a real fight. Like Luofong and Banfu Lord, they fought time and again, madly burning their god energy. My god energy purity is higher than yours. I have a top-level armor. My body is over 100 kilometers long. I don't believe I can't exhaust you to death. Even though it seemed laughable, this was the reason why Universe Lords found it hard to fall. Banfu Lord. Luofong once again flew away and floated in the black ocean water, roaring, "If you have the ability, get that Tong Ridge Lord to keep the floating mountain sea. 2 against 1, what's the point? This is to kill you, it's not a spar." Banfu Lord however laughed. Bastard. Luo Feng completely felt his weakness compared to Banfu Lord, and that was the difference in his god energy purity. His battle techniques were comparable. Rumble, suddenly a faint sound resounded, transmitting into Luo Feng and Banfu Lord's souls. Even all the knights and universe lords on the Primal Planet heard that sound. This made Dragon Lord on the other side of the Primal Planet laugh. Primal Chaos, they've arrived. Thousand Treasure River. Luo Feng, who was fighting Banfu Lord, revealed a look of glee. Wah wah. The space river covered the entire Primal Planet. Thousand Treasure River and Floating Mountain Sea began to clash on the Primal Planet. Just like back when Luo Feng fought Tiantu's knight, the two domain treasures clashed. Both being top-level domain treasures, Thousand Treasure River and Floating Mountain Sea madly clashed again and again, each occupying half of the area. The center of the battle was Luo Feng and Banfu Lord. Haha, Tong Ridge Lord, you and Banfu Lord are teaming up to bully my disciple, isn't that too embarrassing? Laughter resounded from Thousand Treasure River and into the Floating Mountain Sea region. Primal Chaos City Leader, this time the three races are working together. Do you think we only have this? Just this, and you want to help your disciple? Oh, let me tell you, even if I don't interfere, your disciple is dead for sure. Tong Ridge Lord's voice resounded throughout Thousand Treasure River. Luo Feng gritted his teeth as he looked at the distant Banfu Lord. The surroundings were filled with endless jade green lights. Or world. Luo Feng grit his teeth. This is the Bug Clan's Jade Field Lord or world. Just now, when the Primal Chaos City Master and Through Ridge Master's two domain treasures clashed, this Master of Banfu brought out Oro Realm. He actually also had a peak domain treasure and he had been hiding it all this time. Banfu Lord laughed mockingly at Luo Feng. In this mission, I'll be in charge of killing you. How could I not have prepared well? It's just that I needed a soul attack at the start. I was afraid I'd use the Ore World to scare you and let you escape. Hence I waited till now. With the top-level domain treasure to help, when we fight you'll be weaker while I'll be stronger. That way you'll die even faster. I don't have time to waste with you. Very good. Luo Feng smiled. Very good, ha 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 ha. What are you laughing at? Banfu Lord felt something amiss. Banfu Lord, I'll let you have a taste of my strongest move after stepping into the Universe Lord level. I've endured for so long waiting for this moment, and right now it's about time. I reckon. Many of the knights from the three-race alliance have already entered the danger zone. Luo Feng smiled. What did you say? Banfu Lord's expression changed slightly, after which he laughed coldly. Whatever moves you have, don't waste time. Ha ha. Luo Feng looked at the endless jade green lights. Along with his laughter, the entire sky and land immediately darkened. Countless gray energy currents madly surged. In an instant, the entire sky and land seemed to have entered another world. This was a chaotic world, filled with endless chaos energy currents. His strongest natural ability. I am the universe. The moment I am the universe was unleashed, its largest diameter could reach 10 billion kilometers. Within that 10 billion kilometers, it would form an oval-shaped miniature universe. Why is the sky dark? Before it was black ocean water, after that it was an endless river. After that, there were countless jade green lights. Right now even the sky is completely dark. Don't tell me this is the legendary chaos energy flow? The demon race, bug race, and automaton race in the danger zone, the large number of supremacies and universe overlords from the three alliances looked up curiously at the sky. The surroundings were still filled with the green light spots, but other than the green light spots, there was also the endless chaotic energy flow. Just the pressure produced by the chaotic energy flow caused them to hold their breaths. They felt that this chaotic energy flow could easily crush them. Luo Feng stood in mid-air, maintaining the 10 billion kilometers diameter miniature universe. Within it, he was the master. It's really powerful. Luo Feng closed his eyes, enjoying it immensely. Back when he killed Tianwu Knight, he was only an undying. Naturally, the miniature universe he unleashed wasn't too strong. Even killing the Mist Knight required large amounts of chaos energy to be crushed by the universe grinder. But now, Luo Feng's god energy was 100 times purer. The entire miniature universe was 100 times stronger. Just a little chaos energy flow could easily crush an upper-level knight. One had to know Luo Feng's 90,000 kilometers long god body hadn't even used 1/10,000th of it up till now. However, unleashing I Am the Universe consumed 10% of his god body every time, and it only lasted for 9 seconds. With so much god body consumption, one could imagine how terrifying this miniature universe was. Compared to when he killed Tianhua back then, the miniature universe that was 2 whole levels stronger was able to completely wipe out the 3 Pinnacle Race Alliance's knights. This feeling of controlling the fates of thousands of knights made Luo Feng feel an unprecedented joy and excitement. I've been waiting for this moment. Luo Feng was extremely happy and crazy at this time. Back when the demon god charged into Purple Thorn Island to kill him, Luo Feng was indeed furious. However, very quickly he understood that this was the universe's law of strength. When he displayed his terrifying potential, the 3 Pinnacle races wanting to eliminate him was understandable. Then what he had to do was make the 3 Pinnacle races unwilling to mess with him, afraid that they would mess with him again. Just like how the 3 Pinnacle races didn't want to mess with the Primal Chaos City leader. How to do it? Back then Luo Feng had formulated many plans for his rise to fame. The first plan was to simply kill the Pinnacle Overlord Tianhua, letting the trillions of races in the universe know that he, Luo Feng, had the strength of a universe lord. If the 3 Pinnacle races just gave up, that would naturally be a good thing. Luo Feng wouldn't cause a huge ruckus, and he would have enough prestige in the vast universe. However, if the three pinnacle races really wanted to cause a huge ruckus, Luo Feng had many other plans. During the actual implementation, the worst situation occurred. Tianhua actually had the Flying Palace treasure White Needle, allowing him to escape and follow Luo Feng. As he didn't truly kill Tianhua, naturally the shock wasn't enough, plus he followed Luo Feng. Naturally the three pinnacle races decided to use the opportunity to eliminate Luo Feng. Actually, with Luo Feng's Masha clansman's abilities, he could easily shake off Tianhua Knight, and when the three pinnacle races' formations were still rough and crude, he could swiftly escape to the closest whirlpool pathway and escape. However, Luo Feng didn't do that. He allowed Tianhua to follow him. After a period of time, Luo Feng estimated that the three pinnacle races had already reached a consensus and had begun to deploy their forces. Only then did Luo Feng begin to shake off Tianhua. After shaking off Tianhua, Luo Feng didn't use all his strength to flee. At the start he only relied on his earth body to fly and dodge. He was very clear that the three pinnacle races would definitely send many Universe Lords, after all they were too weak to deal with him. When that happened, the Great Alliance would at least send Universe Lords to interfere. He could only rely on a large number of Universe Venerables to surround him and determine his whereabouts. At the start, Luo Feng didn't use the Masha clansman's domain, that was because he was afraid the three races wouldn't use it. After the large amounts of knights surrounded him, Luo Feng began his slaughter. The Masha clansman used its natural talent domain to be shockingly fast, causing the knights to have no way to escape. And the real result was indeed ruthless. Over 800 universe supremacies were killed. Of course this was just the appetizer. The Universe Lord sent by the three-race alliance, Master Banfu, had finally arrived. Luo Feng welcomed him without fear. Actually, Luo Feng had long wanted to battle with the Universe Lord to test his abilities. With the Calamity Armor and Yuxiang on him, the Golden Horned Beast with the Star Pagoda, not to mention the Universe Lord, he was the strongest in the universe. Luo Feng had the confidence to survive. Fighting the Lord of Banfu was just a test of his abilities. What truly caused the three races alliance to feel heartache and regret? This was his strongest mystic technique, I Am the Universe. I Am the Universe had a diameter of 10 billion kilometers, and over half of the people surrounding Luo Feng on the Primal Planet had already entered this range. The current, I Am the Universe, was ridiculously powerful. Of his many techniques, probably only the Star Pagoda could surpass it. Killing the knights was simply a blink of an eye. At this point the plan had just reached its climax. The majestic Dragon Emperor stood in mid-air. He had been working hard to control the space around him, interfering with the space that the other Universe Lords couldn't control. Although he couldn't control it, he could faintly sense an incomparably huge and terrifying aura in the distance. This aura shocked even him. Primal Chaos, what's going on? What's going on? Dragon Emperor asked anxiously. Don't tell me the three races have some special techniques? He didn't know the situation. And the Primal Chaos City Master who controlled the Thousand Treasures River was very clear that his Thousand Treasures River had already touched that huge miniature universe. This is... The Primal Chaos City leader was extremely shocked. It already has a trace of the Primal Universe. This kind of secret technique was probably the strongest secret technique of the Master of the Universe. Who used this secret technique? Could it be that Banfu has already comprehended the strongest secret technique of the Master of the Universe? The Primal Chaos City leader was extremely shocked. The techniques created by the Universe Lord were separated into the Pinnacle and the Ultimate. However, the Ultimate techniques of the Universe Lord had different levels too. Some barely made it past the threshold of the Ultimate level, while others reached the limits of the Ultimate level. This was the Universe Lord's strongest technique. It represented a limit that a Universe Lord could reach. Those who could create such a mystic art were all famous lords of the universe. Like the Primal Chaos City leader, the 9 Underworlds leader. If the Banfu leader can do it then that's not good. The Primal Chaos City leader was frustrated. From the surface he didn't even know who unleashed this miniature universe. This is... Lord Tongling was equally shocked. His floating mountain sea had also come into contact with this miniature universe, and he could sense the boundless might contained within it. The Universe Lord's strongest technique? The Tong Mountain leader immediately deduced. It was simple. If this technique could transform God energy into the most basic chaos energy, that would be the Universe Lord's limit. To surpass such a technique, only the universe's strongest could do it. Who created it? Luofong? Impossible. Banfu? Right, his mastery of the soul can be said to be at the pinnacle of the Universe Lords. It's not strange that he could create it. The Tong Mountain leader sighed. I didn't expect that even I couldn't create such a technique, yet Banfu beat me to it. The ultimate technique wasn't difficult for the Universe Lords. As long as they spent enough time they could achieve it. However, the ultimate limit. The legendary Universe Lord's strongest technique was something most Universe Lords couldn't even create. Primitive Planet 02933, the miniature universe suddenly appeared. Outside the miniature universe, the City Master of Primal Chaos, the Dragon Master, the Mountain Master, and some other Masters of the universe did not know who cast it. Many even believed that it was Master of Banfu who cast it. However, within the miniature universe, Banfu, you actually created the strongest technique? A towering beast with 6 thick claws and a long nose noticed the endless chaotic airflow around it. It was startled at first, then it immediately let out a sound. The sound echoed in the Oro realm of the turquoise light spots. Haha, congratulations Banfu. A humanoid lord of the universe with black scales on his head and 3 eyes that glowed with a dark red light spoke up as well. This time the 3 races sent a total of 9 universe lords. The other 6 universe lords were scattered in different directions. Banfu Lord and Luofong were engaged in battle. Simultaneously the other 2 universe lords rushed into the danger zone. Suddenly, this isn't a secret technique that I used. It's Luofong, it's the human Luofong. An incomparably furious voice swiftly resounded around the 2 universe lords. What? The 2 universe lords were completely dumbfounded. How was that possible? Quickly work with me to break this technique. The strongest technique is extremely powerful. Even my top-level domain treasures can't break it. Banfu leader urged anxiously. All right. Together. They didn't have time to be shocked that Luofong was the one who unleashed it. The other 2 universe lords immediately understood that things weren't looking good. Such a huge miniature universe, the amount of knights within would definitely be many. The moment they were killed, to reverse time and space and revive so many of them, even the 3 universe lords of the alliance would be heavily injured. The moment Luofeng's miniature universe formed, Banfu leader immediately knew something was amiss. He controlled his top-level domain treasure Oro world to attack the entire miniature universe. However, this was formed from Luofeng's huge body's large amounts of god energy through the complicated miniature universe engravings. His stability was unbelievable. Luofong, don't be rash. As Banfu leader attacked, he communicated to the distant Luofong, there are a total of over 6,000 knights here. These are the 3 Great Alliance's knights, not just our Bug Clan alliance. There are many more races involved. If you kill them you'll incur the wrath of many races. The amount of god energy used to revive the bodies of over 6,000 knights is astronomical. The price to revive them is terrifyingly high. If you do that, the consequences will be dire. The 3 Great Alliance will definitely go crazy. Banfu leader was panicking. The treasures of over 6,000 knights were important. But their lives were important too. These were all high-level knights and even some Universe Overlords. Reviving an autarch of the universe required the strongest experts of the universe, and reviving 1 or 2 high-level venerables of the universe was a very difficult task even for an ordinary universe lord. If it was 10 or 100, only the extremely powerful and heaven-defying universe lords would be able to do it. Reviving over 6,000? My god. The strongest warriors of the 3 Great Alliance, universe lords all working together, all heavily injured, couldn't possibly revive them all. And to rely on the universe lord's own recovery abilities to slowly reverse space and revive over 6,000, how long would that take? If they paid a huge price to allow the universe lord to constantly recover and revive, that price would be ridiculously high. Compared to the price of reviving, these high-level knights mostly use sets of treasures and a few treasures. Adding them all together they could barely compare to a pinnacle domain treasure. Far less terrifying than the price of reviving. Offend the 3 Great Alliances? They'll go crazy? Ha, trying to kill me time and time again, destroying my soul, making me unable to revive forever. And they still want to negotiate with me? Floating in midair, Luofeng's eyes gleamed coldly and crazily, simultaneously his hands pressed downwards. All of you die. Rumble, the entire miniature universe's endless chaos energy was like a huge steel plate pressing downwards. The countless jade green lights were hard to defend against. No. The over 6,000 universe paragons from the bug race, demon race and automaton races looked at the sky and cried out in shock. Following the loud rumbling sounds, it was as though the entire miniature universe was shaking, as though a huge steel plate had crushed thousands of flies into meat paste. One by one the universe paragons were annihilated, even their treasures were crushed. The other 2 universe lords within the miniaturized cosmos were just about to fly towards the end of the miniaturized cosmos to destroy it. However, just as they were about to fly, the entire miniaturized cosmos origin source activated the boundless primal chaos air currents rumbled and crushed down, killing over 6,000 universe supremacies. The 6-hooved long-nosed beast and the 3-eyed man, these 2 universe lords were completely shocked. They knew that this matter had gotten out of hand. Banfu Lord's eyes stared wide. His eyes burned with flames as he stared angrily at Luofong. How dare you? Haha, of course I'm not. You've all angered me and wanted to kill me, why would I hold back? If they dare to kill me I dare to kill you too. Luofong roared fiercely. Within the vast miniature universe, endless chaos energy madly surged towards Luofong. Hua. Luofeng's body immediately expanded to over 1,000 kilometers. The blood shadow blade in his hand too was a few hundred km long. The chaos energy surged into the blade and infused within. In an instant, the surroundings of the blade became a blurry huge blade silhouette. Receive my blade. Luofong roared. Kill me? Arrogant. Banfu Lord wielded his long spear and roared as he rushed forward. Banfu Lord's spear carried the power of the Russian world, it affected space and time. Luofeng's blade even carried the support of the miniature universe's origin laws, using the ultimate golden light technique to activate it. Rumble. The moment the two collided, the powerful might caused the surroundings to instantly turn into a vacuum of nothingness. Regardless of whether it was the chaotic air currents or the green spots of light from the Oro realm, everything was blocked out. Even the flow of spatial particles was swept away. Banfu Lord's 4 hooves retreated rapidly. Luofong only retreated 2 steps. Ha ha. Luofong rushed forward again. What? Banfu Lord stared wide-eyed. He didn't expect to be at a disadvantage. Rumble. 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 At Lord of Banfu's level, the exchange of blows was extremely fast. They clashed again, and in just 3 seconds they had exchanged dozens of blows. Each time Lord of Banfu was suppressed. When the two of them collided for the last time, the entire miniaturized universe instantly dissipated, along with the chaotic air currents. Haha, Master of Banfu, I can't do anything to you, and there's no point in continuing to fight with you. I'll be leaving first. Luofong used the last exchange to swiftly flap his 4 wings, becoming a beam of light and swiftly flying into the distance. Simultaneously his voice resounded throughout the land and skies. You want to escape? Banfu Lord roared, becoming a beam of light and swiftly chasing. Simultaneously the Russian realm madly tried to stop Luofong. However, the Russian world may have been able to easily kill a universe tyrant, but Luofeng's killing Wu Yu's wings broke through countless jade light obstructions, allowing his speed to continue soaring. Even though it was very slow, when Lord of Banfu was about 10,000 kilometers away from him, he still reached light speed and continued to fly. The two of them were tens of thousands of kilometers apart, flying one after the other. This time Luofong unleashed his miniature universe. Controlling the endless chaos energy to kill over 6,000 knights, the entire process of accumulating, mobilizing and crushing took a total of 6 seconds. During this time, Luofong was also conversing with Banfu Lord. The battle lasted for 3 seconds. When the entire miniature universe lasted for 9 seconds, Luofong swiftly cut off the god energy supply, causing the miniature universe to automatically dissipate. Every time he unleashed it, it took at least 9 seconds. This was the shortest amount of time. In just a short while, Luofeng's god body had been depleted by 10%. It's a pity that after the 6,000 knights died, they were too far away, their treasures were too hard for me to retrieve. Luofong muttered to himself as he flew, not without a sense of pride. Of course he was proud. Because this battle was destined to become an unforgettable, shocking event in the history of the universe. Causing over 6,000 knights, at least high level, to die at once, this was extremely rare even in the history of the countless powers in the universe. It was enough to shake the entire universe. And something as peculiar as Luofeng's incident had never happened before. Over 6,000 knights coming to surround Luofong and getting wiped out in one fell swoop. This indeed had never happened before. Like the large-scale battles in the history of the universe, they were usually battles between the large powers of the universe, after which an absolute being would kill his way into the enemy's base and carry out a large-scale massacre, etc. Luofong swiftly flew, glancing behind and communicating. Banfu Lord, you can't do anything to me, why are you still chasing? Bastard. Banfu Lord was behind, unwilling to give up. This matter had gotten out of hand. This wasn't a large-scale battle that involved the annihilation of the entire race. Just one operation to surround and kill Luofong actually caused the 3 great races to suffer such a huge loss? And the one responsible for killing Luofong, Banfu Lord, was naturally filled with rage. Thousand Treasure River. Luofong continued to fly towards the distant Thousand Treasure River. One had to know that the clashes between Thousand Treasure River and Fushanhai were based on the battle between Luofong and Banfu Lord. Luofong very quickly flew into the Thousand Treasure River domain. Haha. Luofong was in Thousand Treasure River, turning back to look at Banfu Lord who had already stopped. Why aren't you chasing? Luofong, don't get cocky. Banfu Lord's voice was low and filled with rage. I admire your strength, you are powerful, actually able to create the strongest technique. However, this matter won't end so easily. Killing over 6,000 high-level sages from the 3 alliances, how could the 3 alliances not go crazy? Then I'll wait. Luofong smiled. You won't be able to handle it. Banfu Lord stared at Luofong. Ah, is that so? Luofong smiled, turning and flying towards the depths of Thousand Treasure River. Lord Banfu immediately turned around and flew back. At the same time, he controlled the Oro realm to sweep up the treasures left behind by the 6,000 plus dead universe supremacies, causing them to fly towards him. However, no matter how fast the treasures flew, they couldn't exceed 300,000 kilometers per second, and these treasures were scattered everywhere. There were many that were billions of km away from him. It would take a long time to reach. When the Primal Chaos City leader saw the miniature universe earlier, he immediately felt something was amiss. Banfu Lord created the strongest technique. Not good. Luofong is in deep trouble this time. However, since he's forced to this point, it seems like the soul control and soul infiltration failed. However, with the death of his body, the treasures will be lost. He's out. The Primal Chaos City leader suddenly realized the miniature universe had dispersed and Luofong was flying towards him. Even though due to the obstruction of the Russian world, Thousand Treasure River was unable to scan the treasures left behind by the dead knights. However, after Luofong flew into the river, Banfu Lord's furious roar echoed throughout the river. The Primal Chaos City leader naturally knew about it. The content of the roar was, I admire your strength, you are powerful, actually being able to create the strongest technique. Killing over 6,000 high-level knights from the 3 great alliances, how could the 3 great alliances not go crazy? The Primal Chaos City leader was truly shocked. Luofong. Within Thousand Treasure River, a voice resounded in his ears. Teacher. Luofong said. That Universe Lord's strongest technique was unleashed by you? Yes. Luofong immediately admitted. You killed over 6,000 universe supremacies? Yes, I killed them all, don't leave a single one alive. Luofong said. The Primal Chaos City leader was silent. Luofong could unleash the Universe Lord's strongest technique. Luofong had killed over 6,000 knights at once, with the lowest being an upper-level knight. These two pieces of news, even a being like the Primal Chaos City leader was stunned, finding it hard to comprehend, wondering how such a thing could happen. Miracle. In the universe, indeed, anything can happen. The Primal Chaos City leader muttered to himself, after which he communicated, Luofong, from now on, you are a Universe Lord. Your disciple doesn't dare lie to teacher. Actually, your disciple hasn't truly become a Universe Lord yet. Luofong said. Hiding it, he had to hide it from the other races and outsiders. Like his teacher. There was no need to hide it, and his teacher understood him deeply, he should be able to see through it. If I say you are a Universe Lord, then you are a Universe Lord. Right now, what's the difference between you and a true Universe Lord? Even if you cross that threshold in the future, it'll just make your body a little stronger, adding another ability to control time and space, that's all. The Primal Chaos City leader said, stepping into the Universe Lord level won't increase your strength by much anymore. Luofong understood what his teacher meant. When other warriors stepped into the Universe Lord level, 1. Their body would rise, 2. Their comprehension of the laws would rise, allowing them to create stronger techniques, their techniques would also rise by 2 to 3 levels. Overall, their battle strength would naturally be much stronger than when they were Universe Lords. However, Luofong was different. Luofeng's techniques had already reached the peak of the Universe Lord level, the strongest technique. Even when he stepped into the Universe Lord level, only his god energy would be purer, his control of time and space wouldn't be of much help in a battle against a Universe Lord. Empress, Luofong unleashed the Universe Lord's strongest technique. Its power is overwhelming, forming a huge world with a diameter of over 10 billion kilometers, immediately causing the 6,000 overnights within that area to fall. Even though Banfu Lord was having a headache, he still sent the news to the Bug Empress. Actually, he didn't even need to send the message, many of the Knights' clones were destroyed simultaneously, a total of over 6,000 of the Knights from the 3 Great Alliances were destroyed. This had already caused many races in the 3 Great Alliances to rage, panic and roar. This shocked the upper echelon of the 3 Great Alliances, the Universe Lords of the 3 Great Alliances all roared with rage. If Luofong doesn't die, will our 3 Great Alliances still have any face? This is a scandal of our 3 Great Alliances. Kill Luofong, we have to kill him. How do we kill him, who will do it? Do we think the Great Alliance is stupid? The Universe Lords argued endlessly, all of them felt humiliated, the other powers of the universe would treat the 3 Great Alliances as a joke, and Luofong would step on them and become famous in the universe. This was something the Universe Lords of the 3 Great Alliances couldn't tolerate. The 2 strongest experts of the demon race, Demon Ancestor Dream and Demon Ancestor Zhen, the Queen of the Zerg race, and the Godfather of the Automaton race, gathered under such circumstances to discuss this matter seriously. This ancient and silent space seemed to be frozen, it was incredibly stifling. 4 thoughts formed into 4 huge silhouettes, each in 3 different directions, of which the huge silver-white snake head and a sawtooth armored beast were in the same direction. The silhouette was in another direction. The huge oval black ball silhouette was in another direction. Everyone knows the situation. The silhouette of the Bug Clan Queen's voice was as gentle as ever, filled with endless charm. Luo Feng unleashed the Universe Lord's strongest technique, forming a miniature universe, instantly causing over 6,000 knights to fall within it, and forcing Banfu Lord to retreat, escaping back to his teacher, the Primal Chaos City Lord's Thousand Treasure River domain. Queen, Banfu Lord was chosen by you. The black ball silhouette raged. An ancient voice came out of the sawtooth-shelled alien beast's mouth. Insectoid Queen, this matter was carried out by your Insectoid Alliance's Lord of Banfu. In the end, it's your Insectoid race that has to bear more responsibility. You all agreed too. The Bug Queen's voice was cold. What's more, Luo Feng was able to unleash the Universe Lord's strongest technique. Which one of you could have expected that? It was completely unexpected, even if your Demon Alliance or Automaton Alliance sent Universe Lords, could they have done better? The 2 Demon Ancestors and Automaton Godfather naturally understood this logic, however the losses were still huge. Even though some of the 6,000 knights had clones, they were after all very few. Along with the 800 Luo Feng killed earlier, adding it all up, the number of knights that needed to be revived was about 7,000. And they were all at least high-level knights. This was a terrifying number. This involved the distribution of responsibilities, which of the 3 sides had to shoulder more. Hence, right from the start, the Demon and Automaton race had already mentioned that Banfu Lord wasn't able to carry out the task well, obviously to prepare for more requests later on. The Bug Queen snorted coldly, our 3 sides each have their own knights, come and revive. Don't even think of making our Bug Clan Alliance take more responsibility. Queen. The huge silver-white snakehead spoke. For this mission, our Demon Alliance has sent the most number of universe supremacies. On that primitive planet, our Demon Alliance has more than half of our universe supremacies. More than half of the universe paragons that died were from our Demon Alliance. In the operation, we contributed the most, but now we have to bear the most responsibility? This is not fair. I didn't force the demon race to send so many universe supremacies, said the insect race queen. You all volunteered. You naturally have to bear the responsibility for the deaths of so many. Moreover, we said at that time, The fallen universe supremacies will naturally be borne by their respective alliances. Previously, no one had expected that so many universe venerables would die. They even thought that the number of knights that died would be very few. Only after Luo Feng's Masha clansmen appeared did the three alliances realize they had miscalculated. However, this was still within an acceptable range. However, the final great extinction caused the three great alliances to feel heartache. The three parties argued. Even someone as noble as the strongest expert in the universe would not easily lower his head when it came to the interests of his race. This was because the benefits involved this time were extremely huge. Reviving a high-level venerable would cause a universe lord to be heavily injured. Only those with extraordinary talent, such as the World Tree, the Mountain Giant, and other lords of the universe with extremely large divine bodies, could revive more. The number of revived venerables had nothing to do with strength, it was related to the divine body. The more resistant they were, the more they revived. However, there were after all too many this time, about 7,000 of them. Just those fallen universe overlords alone made the four strongest experts of the universe feel immense pressure. And how many universe lords did the three great alliances have in total? With all the strong heavily injured, there was no way to revive so many venerables. From what I see, the Black Ball Silhouette said, there's no need to argue. Our three alliances will go invite the 9 Underworld Lord. Let the Lord of the Netherworld come back to life. His Sea of the Netherworld was comparable to a supreme treasure. It can definitely revive 7,000 venerables. The more they revive, the stronger the universe punishment. The Silver Snake had said. With the 9 Underworld Lord's ability, his 9 Underworld Ocean can indeed withstand the terrifying punishment. However, most of the 7,000 venerables have never been to the 9 Underworld Ocean. The 9 Underworld Lord has to come to our three alliances to revive. However, the 9 Underworld Ocean can't be moved. Just the 9 Underworld Lord's split body. At the start, one of his bodies could revive a universe venerable. Even if he teleported one body over each time towards the end, the punishment would be even stronger. One of his bodies might not even be able to withstand the punishment. He wouldn't even be able to revive a universe venerable. The three alliances went silent once more. Reversing space-time to revive experts would be punished by the universe's laws. This was going against the universe's laws. Going against it once, twice, thrice, going against it too many times would be provoking the universe's origin. The punishment would also become heavier. Of course, the 9 Underworld Ocean was boundless and could definitely withstand it. However, the 9 Underworld Ocean couldn't be moved. Asking all the universe lords from our three alliances to revive is impossible. The Black Ball Silhouette said. This will cause our three alliances to be unprecedentedly weak. And if we don't revive or delay it, that won't do either. Since we've made a promise, we have to carry it out. From what I see, we should invite those special life-form universe lords with huge bodies. The Black Ball said. Our three alliances have quite a few of them. Like the Northern Border Alliance and Ancestral God Sect, there are many of them. If we invite them, each of them can revive up to 100 knights or even more. After we revive the universe lords, we can probably revive a few more knights too. The strongest of the universe swiftly discussed. Their consciousness revolved at shocking speeds, swiftly coming up with a detailed plan. This was already the plan with the lowest cost. The three alliances would share it equally. Every alliance would lose a pinnacle domain treasure. This made the four strongest of the universe feel heartache. The revival plan has been decided. Let's talk about that Luofong. The Black Ball Silhouette said. Luofong, we have to kill him. The Bug Clan Empress said. He has a natural body technique and is extremely strong. Even the universe lords can't do anything to him. Unless we act. However, there are only 4 of us, do we have to all act? That would be a joke. And if we act alone, just one of us, how can we catch up to him on Primal Star? The Sawtooth Armored Beast's voice was ancient. However, I agree with your point of view. This time, our three alliances plan has failed and we've suffered a huge loss. If we just end it like this, then our three alliances will become the laughingstock of the entire universe. Even if we kill a body, we have to kill his other body to end it. Right. The huge silver snake head spoke. Kill his doppelgangers and take away his treasures. Otherwise, if we let him leave arrogantly, we'll be laughed at even more. The Black Ball Silhouette said. Luofong has the Masha clansman. His speed is extremely fast. We're afraid we won't make it in time. The ancient voice said. Even if he escapes Primal Star. The Bug Clan Empress said coldly. However, her voice was still filled with charm. We'll continue to chase and kill him. We have to kill him at least once and take his treasure. That way we can barely make up for the humiliation of this failure. These 4 high and mighty existences understood. At the moment Luofong killed over 6,000 knights, it was destined that the 3 great alliances had lost their face. Even if they could kill one of his bodies, it would still be a loss of face. However, if they didn't kill his body and allowed him to slap the 3 alliances in the face, they would still be able to get away with it. That would be even more shameful and they would become laughingstocks. Let the other universe lords chase after his tracks. It's best if they can tie him down. Dream T, you do it. Alright. Primal Star 02933. Within the Thousand Treasure River domain, a blurry Primal Chaos City leader silhouette appeared before Luofong. Of course, the real Primal Chaos City leader was 30 billion kilometers away from Luofong. Teacher, you're sending me to my death? Luofong was shocked. You've done well this time. Our great alliance is cheering for you. If teacher was in the same situation as you, I'd do the same. The Primal Chaos City leader Silhouette said. Even though you've done it, the three alliances were in the wrong. They wanted to kill you first. Hence, even if you did it, they wouldn't be able to do anything. Luofong nodded. Between the superpowers, the Universe Lords usually forbade massacres. If they did, it would be a provocation to the other side. Even causing a war would be normal. However, this time, the three alliances wanted to kill Luo Feng. However, they fell at his hands. Naturally, it wouldn't cause a war. Even if they can't do anything, they still have to protect their face. The three superpowers have suffered so much at your hands. If they don't make a sound and take it, they'll be laughed at by the entire universe. The Primal Chaos City leader Silhouette said. They'll definitely make a move. Even the strongest warrior of the universe will descend. Luo Feng thought within. They have to protect their face. Hence they have to kill you. Even if it's just one of your clansmen. The Primal Chaos City leader said. Leave the treasures with the other clansmen. Send any one of them like your Masha clansman, and send it to its death. It's just a Masha clansman without any treasures. It'll just use up a bit of your god energy. Then the three alliances will use this chance to publicly kill you. It'll be considered as an end to this matter, saving some face. What do you think? The Primal Chaos City leader looked at Luo Feng. Luo Feng thought quietly. He wasn't a fool. If he didn't have a series of plans beforehand, he would have nodded. After all, the Masha clansman dying at the hands of the strongest warrior of the universe wasn't too shameful. However, with this, his other blood cloud plan couldn't be executed. Teacher, I won't tangle with them. However, I'm not willing to send myself to my death. Luo Feng said directly. Teacher, you know my capabilities. I can easily escape from the Primal Star. Even if you escape from the Primal Star, they'll continue to chase and kill you. The Primal Chaos City leader said. Use the Masha clansman to die and we'll end this matter.